Hey, everybody. Welcome to our I've Decided podcast, My Success. I'm Kim Martin, founder of I've Decided, and I'm in the studio today with the awesome Miracle Rose. Hey, Miracle.
Hi.
So excited to have you as a co-host, and Mr. Troy Alexander. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing
Glad to be
awesome.
here.
I know. So if you've been watching some of our shows, maybe you're noticing some changes, but we are now adding some new host and co-host. And so I'm really excited. This is our first show to have you guys join me as co-host of the show. It's going to be great. So it's nice to have accountability buddies, right? And so the question of the day is, are you leading where you are? And why does that really matter? Our weekly winning word and what we're going to be discussing is leader. And you know, regardless of what you think, you are a leader. Every single one of us are leaders. That's what I've heard. Someone's always watching you. So you are a leader, and we want you to lead where you are because it is important for your success. So we're going to talk a lot about that over the next 20 minutes or so, and we want you to tune into that. But we have some amazing business associates that make this show possible. So we want to give a shout out to them real quickly before we get started. So thank you to all those shows.
Absolutely.
So, Miracle, when we think about the word leader, what does that word mean to you?
I think personally, leader is someone who's not even looking to lead. It's somebody who's serving and they're just giving all their heart in whatever position that may be. And because they're serving and they're serving well, I think that really makes a leader.
No matter what they do.
Yeah, no matter what they do.
No matter where you are. And I think that is the key. It's like lead where you are.
Yeah.
That was the first thing you should have seen on our weekly winning resource that we sent out on Sunday afternoon. Lead where you are. Are you leading where you are? No matter what your role is.
Yeah.
Serving your best. You said it.
Yeah.
Just, are you serving your best? What about you, Troy, when you think about the word leader?
I think the first thing that always comes to mind is the responsibility of the role. You know, that you're in a position to influence lots of people in lots of different ways. And, you know, just so many, I think, going back a little bit, you know, deeper is, you know, is the ethics there, is the character there, is the morals there, is the honesty there, is the integrity there.
Right.
You know, are they really leading for others, or are they leading for their self?
Such a difference in that servant leadership, leading for others. Are you really thinking about the success of someone else when you're making a decision? Are you making the decision just simply based on, you know, the best success for yourself?
Yeah.
Right? And I love how you said that. It's a responsibility. I mean, Troy, obviously you have thousands on your team. So you're leading a little army.
I'm leading with a lot of help. That's for sure.
So, but really, truly, you've got your own little army there. And so that responsibility, we have to take that seriously.
Yeah. I think when you do have that level of responsibility and you said you have help, I think that is so key to being the greatest leader is learning how to delegate and learning how to ask for help and not just being your own leader and possibly not making other leaders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so many times it's, you know, that responsibility and that, you know, vision of the cause, the business, whatever it may be. It may be a Girl Scouts group, you know. But just having, you know, such a strong vision, you know, to make an impact and, you know, then providing the tools and the resources and the training, you know, it's continuous training. And I think being in a position, you know, so many times leadership unfortunately pushes down, I see often, especially in the corporate world.
Right, instead of
Instead of
them.
raising people up. So I just, try to always see the best in everybody.
Yeah.
I always try to be the most positive person I meet every single day.
Yeah.
And I think that's because it
And
takes.
hold them to a higher regard.
Yeah.
I actually, I posted something on my social media today about that. I shared a leader takes people where they want to go, but a good leader takes people where they don't want to go,
Yeah.
but should.
Yeah.
And I think about that with my daughters, my kids. It's like they get so mad at me. They're like, don't go all Kim Martin motivates on us. They tell me that all the time. And I'm like, oh, I'm going.
I'm going. I am who I am.
Right, because if I don't hold you in a high regard, if I don't hold you to a certain standard, who will?
Yeah.
That's my job. I feel like, as a mom, to say, it's not my job for you to like me and be your best friend. It is my job to say, I see in you these great things, and we're going to get you there.
Yeah. And it's nice when you can see great things in other people and not only just see them, but like, I want to get you to this destination, whether it's your child, whether it's maybe your friend, or sometimes I even see people that, I get acquainted with and I just see so much in them. And I'm like, how can I help you? What do you need? How can I bring that out of you? So.
And I think the three of us, that's why this show's going to be so great as we move forward every month, is we are very similar in that thought process. Troy,
You
sorry.
said something earlier that really resonated, Miracle, and it's, so often the people that have the ability to lead, that have been blessed with, incredible gifts and skills and talents and knowledge, unfortunately, so often are the last ones to see it
Yeah.
and to find it. And if people are expressing those, gifts that they see and you receive them,
Yes.
sometimes we have to
Yes.
see it through others' eyes before we can actually see it ourselves. If someone's going to say something like that to you, over you, I would receive. Don't question it. And if we all did that every day with a couple people, wherever we're at, I mean, just like this is such an awesome world we live in. What a blessing. But it could be so much better.
Yeah, exactly. We have to be striving to be better. And I think that's why this word is so important to me. It's like, I want everyone to see themselves as a leader.
Yeah.
It is so important for your success that you see yourself as a leader in whatever role you are.
Right.
I shared a story in the Weekly Winning Resource about it. I read a book or something, read a story, saw it, an article about a taxi driver in New York who actually became the most highest earning taxi driver in our country.
Oh, wow.
Because he decided to lead where he was.
Wow. That's
He
so cool.
decided he was going to be the best taxi driver. His taxi was going to be the cleanest.
Yeah.
He was going to provide the best service. He gave every person that got in his cab a bottle of water. It always smelled nice. It was clean. He asked them questions, found out who they were. And with all of his tips that he started receiving, and people actually started requesting him.
Oh, wow.
And so he made $250,000 a year as a taxi driver because he decided to lead where he was. So I think it is key to success, and it's not money. I'm not saying you have to earn $250,000 to be a leader.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus was a leader.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever earned $250,000. He earned, right?
Right. Well, I think in thinking about Jesus as a leader, he not only, walked and taught the disciples, but he washed their feet. And the neat part is that the one that betrayed him was one of his disciples, and he was one of the ones also that got his feet washed, and Jesus knew that he would betray him. So, sometimes it really is taking the low road, and you really are taking the high road by taking the low road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
You got a bunch of books over there, Troy. Have you read all those
I
books?
was so excited last night as I thought about today. And, it was just the visual. There's, I don't know, about 12 books here. You know, and it was one of the things I heard a long time ago is, you know, great leaders are great readers.
Yeah.
And so I was going through and Jesus CEO, Ancient Wisdom for Visionary Leadership. This one's a little rough. It's from the Navy SEAL commander on leadership. Laws of Leadership, Maxwell. Developing the Leader Within, Maxwell. 21st Century Leadership. So many books on just the topic of leadership.
Yeah.
And I think we always have to be connected to that. You don't learn it and then you stop, because it's always changing and things are always, you know, we have to be fresh if we're aspiring to do anything.
Yeah, and it's not
We have
a
to
title.
stay connected, you know?
Yeah, the point is it's not a title.
No.
You lead where you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Be the best you can be where you are. You don't have to say, "Well, I'm just this." I can't stand that when someone goes, "Well, I'm just the cashier. I'm just this." I say, "Hey, that is super important." I immediately correct that. Never put "just" in front of your title, no matter what you do, because it's important. And you can start right there being the best you possible. And to me, that's what a leader is.
Yeah.
Are you being the best you can possibly be? Are you striving, knowing you're never going to achieve perfection, but you're striving for perfection in everything that you're doing? That is what I think is being a leader.
Yeah. I think your books trigger a thought in me, and I know I love to read, and I love to read people's story, and it really causes me to dream. And I think dreaming has been lost in today's society, and if only people would just dream again, you know, they would have success stories just by a dream. You know, a lot of great leaders and great people, they had started just from a dream, you know? Yeah, so it just really made me think about how I love to read other people's stories, so.
Success stories.
Yeah.
Success stories are my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I can say. Like, I love success begets success.
Yeah.
And again, there's no label. You know how many times I have someone say to me, "Well, Kim, how do you define success?" Well, it's really undefinable because it's relative to who you are.
Yeah.
Success says that your heart doesn't condemn you. That's what Paul says in Scripture.
Yeah.
If your heart doesn't condemn you, that means you are doing the best you can where you are.
Right.
That you aren't focused on things you shouldn't be focused on. That you are treating other people with integrity, and that you're putting other people first, and that you're thinking of them first. That your eye is on good things because your heart's not condemning you, right?
Having a pure heart, yeah.
Just that pure heart. And when you feel that way, that's peace.
Yeah.
And that is success. So I know if I'm having an off day. Before we started recording this show, right? You prayed over us, Miracle. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good leader right here. Because you have one of those off days where you're just feeling, right? But those feelings don't determine. So
I like just what you said about everybody's basically story doesn't look the same, and everybody's, heart doesn't beat for the same thing.
Right.
But that's why I love I've Decided community, because you kind of push us to know that whatever that's inside of you is yours, and to go after it, whether it's running, whether it's writing, whether it's speaking, whether it's dancing, just make a decision to do and bring out that thing that's inside of you. So thank you for just everything, Kim. You are the best. I know that you have blessed so many people. And
that's so sweet.
yeah, so
you.
you are a true leader.
I did not pay her for that.
No.
Thank you. That's
You're
awesome.
welcome.
And then, just bringing, all of us are. You're a community member of I've Decided. Troy is a business associate of I've Decided. But it's bringing all of our businesses and all of our community members together to build each other up. And that's going back to the relative thing. What my best may be, Troy, your best may be 10,000 times better than my best, because you got a different purpose than I have.
Yeah.
And so I can't compare. It's not about comparing. It's about does your heart convict you?
Yeah.
There was recently a group of people that I was having a conversation with. And some of my business coaches, one of them was my spiritual coach.
Sure.
And come to realize that, most of us are not going to live long enough to learn it all. And that has been a very humbling just perspective of thinking that. And even though that I had, I think, done a decent job of surrounding myself with people over time, because that's been so beneficial, but not realizing how really powerful it is to have, others around there for support, others around there that, are there to help us stay on track. That's one of the things that we can, be an awesome leader and have incredible leadership, but are we using all the capability that we really have, or potential that we have, if we don't have an accountability partner?
Are you learning more?
Yeah.
You don't ever
And
cap it out.
I don't like mine all the time, I can tell you that. But it's what
Right.
I need to hear.
Yeah.
And I think that's sometimes with being a great leader, you have to tell or communicate to your people, to your tribe, your community, your organization. You have to tell them sometimes things they don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, tough love. That's called tough love.
Well, it is.
And we struggle in our culture with tough love, don't we?
Yeah.
We really do. But if you are going to be a leader, that you are,
Right.
so you are the leader, let's be clear. Everyone is a leader.
Yeah.
The question is, are you stepping into it?
Yeah.
So if you're going to step into that leadership role, wherever you are, then you have to be learning. You have to be investing and saying, you can't possibly know it all.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think it's, when we talk about qualities of a good leader, we talk about integrity and all those things that you mentioned, Troy. But knowing that you don't even know a quarter of what you should or could know is being a good leader. You want to continue to learn and grow. So many times I'll have someone say to me, well, I don't need motivation, or I don't need all that information. I just like for this or that. And it's like, really? Because I can't get enough motivation, because I can walk out of here fired up and all I have to do is walk out and stub my toe. And that motivation just went from here to here. So it's a constant thing that we all need. So to say we don't need something, that's a gray area, I think.
But I think it kind of goes back to like really our own purposes, and really we don't give ourselves purpose. God does. And in knowing our purpose, we have to gather what we need to be successful in our purpose. Like I have to gather what I need. And I love what you said, that, it's so freeing. You will not know it all, but I really want to know everything that I need and have all my tools to be successful in life.
For sure.
Regarding my purpose. So, yeah.
And it is up to us to embrace that and search it out.
Yes.
It doesn't just
Absolutely.
come upon you.
Just
gotta
because
go get
you
it.
have purpose. Yes, you do.
You
And
got to go get it.
so regarding the person that whoever would say, I don't need motivation, well, I'll take yours and I'll take yours, because you definitely need all the motivation that you can get.
Constantly,
Yeah.
right.
So
Well, I can't believe how fast this show goes. I don't know. Have you guys been watching? Maybe it didn't go fast to you, but it was great conversation.
Yeah.
Troy, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for being
Absolutely.
here today. Hey, we're going to come back every second week of the month. That's our week. Second week of the month. My Success. With Miracle Rose and Troy Alexander as our co-host, and just discuss our weekly winning word that week and just hopefully bring it to life for you, because That's what it's all about. It's about your success. Whatever it is that you want to achieve, that's why I've decided to exist. We exist to help you be successful and achieve those goals and dreams. If you haven't joined our community, here's your invite. We'd love to have you. You can go to I'veDecided.org. You can find all of our resources there. You can sign up for the community, and be sure to tune into this show every second Tuesday of the month. Thanks,
Awesome.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh, thank you.
So good.
Awesome.
So good.